Here is a General Electric SpaceMaker AM/FM Radio Cassette Player. This is an Under Cabinet AM/FM Radio Cassette Player and is the General Electric 7-4260A with a power source of 120 volts, 8 watts input. The date code is MIA, but I suspect this unit dates back to the 90s. I'm unsure of the OEM. It looks like an Atlinks product to me. General Electric used primarily Atlinks or the Atkins and the Thompson Consumer Electronics as the OEM for the telephones. I'm pretty sure that that was not exclusive to telephones, and it was pretty much across the entire electronics line in general. I've been looking for one of these units for the better portion of a decade, especially now that I have a kitchen to actually install it into, as this was the unit that my grandparents had in their old kitchen. At least I'm pretty sure this is the exact one. I used that radio quite a lot years ago when I was younger, and I remember it vividly, but it's been probably 10-15 years since I've seen it, so the memory is a little bit faded. If I can find some pictures or videos that contain the radio, I'll throw a screenshot in here of the unit. I'm not going to spend hours searching out a video of it. I don't think I ever would have taken a picture of it exclusively, but there's a good chance it has appeared in the background of something else, 'cause I used to film a lot over there. It was removed sometime in the, I want to say, the very, very early 2010s. It was removed in favor of a really lousy under cabinet television set, which might sound interesting at first glance, but it really wasn't. It was a cheap blue LED style creaky silver plastic junk thing from the 2010s, and it was not used for very long at all. I'm not sure if it broke or it just fell out of favor or what the situation was. I never remember this radio being used. I think I was the only one that ever used it in my lifetime. And then the under cabinet TV thing was removed when the kitchen was uglified in the 2010s. I don't know what became of that unit. I didn't really care because it had no nostalgia to me. This had nostalgia to me, and I remember seeing this in the garage after it was removed. Knowing my grandfather, it's still floating around the house somewhere, but I don't know. These are fairly common. There's a plethora of them on the e-rip-off for absurd prices. Since these seem to be pretty common still, I was not willing to pay one of those ridiculous prices for it. And sure enough, after 10 or so years, one surfaced at the OK Will for the reasonable price of $7.99. Why it can't just be $8, I don't know, but that's what it is. This one's pretty yellowed, and it's missing one of the mountings here, but I think we'll be okay mounting it with just 3. I actually have no idea how this even works. I know that these posts are to drop it down below the lip of the bottom of the cabinet, but I don't know how you even I don't know how you secure it to a cabinet. I'd be willing to take a wild gander and say that this was the exact unit that was in the kitchen if it wasn't for the fact that this was so dirty. I don't think that it was dirty like this, because like I said, I was the only one that ever used it anyways. I haven't adjusted the tuner. I'm curious to see what it's tuned to. It looks like it might clean up okay. It's got a little bit of paint splatter on it here and there, which could be a problem. A little bit of sticky Looks like a stupid irremovable Goodwill sticker was there at one point. I don't have a cassette to check this the cassette player with today, but we'll check the radio for I guess for a couple seconds. I can't play much into the video without getting a copy wrong problem. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this unit in my kitchen or the other one I have. I found a nice 1980s wood grain one, same form factor, and I think that's the one I'm going to end up putting in the kitchen eventually. Why not put this one, or probably I'll use both over the years, who knows. But I want to put this somewhere for sure. Maybe I'll put it in the garage. Because I have that thing like where the printer is, I could probably put it there. So it's got a cord wrap on the back. See, it's all nicely put together, and this is one of the reasons why I suppose there's a very slim shot that this was the one that was at my grandparents' house, because this is something my grandfather would do, is put the cord back on nicely, put those things back in place. So it's a polarized plug, so I can't fathom this being older than the 90s, nor would I think it would be white if it was older than the 90s. The speaker's on the bottom, and it's a decent sized driver in here. It's got to be 3-4 inches. Well, let's go ahead and plug this in and see if it works. Looks like it's working. The clock is very dim in the person. It's way brighter on the camera than it is actually operating in person. I wouldn't expect this to have a brightness control because it's not something you would use in a bedroom, so it might just be that the DELs have faded from being on for 25-30 years. Sets the minute, and this sets the clock. Does this have AM or PIN? I don't think so that it does. Nope. So just a basic 12-hour clock with minutes. It doesn't matter what time we set it to because there's no alarm to test or anything, and I'm just going to unplug it in a few minutes anyways. Let's see if it's tuned to anything. Well, if it was, we don't get the station here. I'm guessing that it uses the power cord for the antenna. The cord doesn't look like it has anything extra in there, but I suppose it could just use the copper, I guess? I don't know. I don't see any slot for an external antenna on here. Okay, so it's tuned to something on AM. That's probably 99.1. We don't get a lot of radio channels up here. I don't know why, because we're at a very high elevation, but for whatever reason, even with a good tuner, I don't pick up very much here at all. Just a lot of that garbled, staticky stuff. Well, that's about all I can play without getting a copy wrong. I'm going to see if I can tune it in myself. Off video and just take a listen to it for a minute or two just to try to get an idea of how good the sound quality is, and I'll report back. I took it upstairs and I was able to tune in one station clearly. It was a station that usually plays modern pop garbage, but it happened to be playing a Green Day song at the moment by some miracle. And the sound out of this thing was just terrible. I held it up under the cabinet as if it would be mounted, and the sound was just awful. It's a mono speaker, so you have to expect that it's not going to have the really nice high frequency response that you'd get out of a stereo system. But the problem was the low range was totally overbearing. It was putting out a pretty impressive amount of bass for the size of the speaker, but it was distorting everything else. Like, you could feel this whole thing was vibrating, and it was ruining whatever was left of the mid-range that was barely even there. I really can't imagine listening to anything beyond a talk show on this thing. And even then, I did tune in a talk show, and it was kind of the same problem. The voices had so much bass to it that you were losing the clarity of the voice in the mid-range, and of course there was nothing on the high end at all. That's not what I was expecting, because the clock radios that General Electric made really sounded pretty decent for what they were. And usually when you get the small speaker stuff, it's just kind of tinny or mid to high focused. It's unusual to find something that has this problem. But that's the way it is. And if you keep the volume really low, it's okay, I suppose. But anything of reasonable volume, enough like to hear it from across the kitchen, you have the problem with the bass distorting. I will install this somewhere because I want to use it, even just to have it as a clock. And when I install it somewhere, I will go ahead and I'll set up my FM transmitter, and I'll play some copy-wrong free music through it so that we can hear what the problem is. So anyways, until we get it set up, here it is. We'll have to do some cleaning. Try to get some of the sticky residue off of here, some of the whatever that positive marks are. Clean up these dials, and then we'll get to relive the nostalgia of this under cabinet SpaceMaker AM radio and cassette player.